Hey everybody, welcome to this week's weekly roundup. I have a long list of really exciting events happening in the community, so I'm excited to share those with you. But first, and this is an exciting event, in-person absentee voting for the special election starts Tuesday, June 29th, and it goes through July 9th. So that's with the exception of July 5th, in which the office is closed for the observance of Independence Day. So same thing as last time. I feel like I've talked about voting and elections for what feels like 2 years. But this should be our last one for this year, and it's an important one because it's representing and electing our state representative in the assembly. So photo ID is required. In-person absentee voting starts on Tuesday, June 29th. Speaking of that, the AAUW and Watertown TV produced a virtual candidate forum. They held that on Wednesday, but you can see the video both on our YouTube page and on our Facebook page. And I watched it, I listened to it just yesterday, and it's a very informative candidate forum. So if you're interested in learning more about the candidates that are on the ballot for this special election, I really would encourage you to check out that video. We've had a lot of exciting developments happening here in the city with private business investment. There's a ton happening throughout the community. We've seen a lot in the downtown. In the last couple of weeks, we've had some pretty large projects come forward through our city boards and committees, so now I can share that information with you. And I know they've been sites that have been of interest to the community as well. So the Shopko building has been purchased. The purchase completion is sometime in the next couple of weeks by a group that has done investment in our community before. They are intending at this point to put some indoor, really nice storage in the back end of the building, so the portion that kind of goes along the river. And then they're open to different ideas and different development opportunities for the front part of the building. So to put that in some perspective, you know, we all know that the Shopko building was very large. I think it's just under 100,000 square feet. At this point, there's probably, I'm going to say 70,000 square feet or so that are open for development. So if you are interested in working with this company, who's a very good one, please reach out to us and we're happy to get you in touch with them. But I know the community's been clamoring for what's happening in that building. So they were at a public meeting just last week, so we can now share that level of information that was shared publicly at that meeting. Likewise, another group that was at our Public Plan Commission meeting last week, and I know this one's garnering a lot of attention as well, is what's happening to the old, for my day, it was the Ponderosa building, and now today, most recently, the Spot. So that building will be demolished, and what's going in its place is a new building that will have 3 suites. It is being purchased by a group that does the franchising of some large national chains. So at this point, the intention is to put a KFC and a Pizza Hut in that new building, and then there will also be an empty space right in the middle for another potential building or business as well. So that information was shared at Plan Commission last week. They'll continue to work through. There'll be a Plan Commission, actually both of these projects will be a Plan Commission again next week. So if you're interested in hearing directly from these developers that have invested in our community, the Plan Commission meeting is going to be the place to hear the information right from the source. We also heard at our last meeting a really exciting expansion in our industrial park. This is a large expansion that will add a good large building into that industrial park space. We have at this point all but 5 acres of it planned or built out or planning to be built out. So we still have 5 acres remaining in the industrial park, but all in all, that industrial park has been a great success. Also development, but in a little bit of a different way. There are 2 homes across the street from City Hall. If you come down here often enough, you've seen them get somewhat beat up over the last couple of months. That's with good purpose. We've been using those buildings to do some training with our protective service. So I know the fire department has done some training in there. Those buildings will now be demolished. They were purchased many years ago. Actually, I think I was involved in the purchase of one of them as a council member, with the intention of demolishing them for city parking, and we are now at that juncture. So the buildings will start to come down next week. We will pave the space and prepare it for new parking. We want to get that parking lot through a freeze and thaw, so the gravel will be set, it'll stay in place, and then next year in 2022, we'll pave it and mark it. That'll be adding probably about 15 stalls to the downtown, and we all know that parking in the downtown is a prime topic. So that's what's happening there. Also in the way of improvements, let's talk about street work. So Air Park Drive, which is something I know everyone has wanted improved. We have broken that up into 2 construction years, so this year and next year. But the mill and overlay, or I gave this example, kind of like the buzzing off of the top layer of the road will happen next week. And then we will replace pavement after that. So the mill and overlay will happen from Highway 26 to about Gateway Drive, or it's the second driveway or so, if you will, right by Barris Brothers. So that's happening next week. If the weather cooperates, we should have that complete next week. And then the remaining portion of Air Park Drive will happen next year. South Water Street and Main Street, we're wrapping up that water main replacement work, hopefully next week, again, weather permitting. On South 3rd Street, we're still replacing some really deep storm sewer, and then we'll come in and continue water main tie-ins. And then we'll continue work there with storm sewer replacement as well. So that project is going to continue for a couple of months yet. And then Spalding Street, you'll see next week, our contractor is replacing some sections of curb and gutter and sidewalk. That's all in preparation for a mill and overlay. So again, kind of like buzzing off the top layer of pavement and replacing that. That's slated to happen, I think, mid-July, that work on Spalding Street. So again, weather permitting, but that's the plan. The Interurban Trailhead building, the concrete work is done. They're doing some concrete work around the building on the sidewalks. Once that is complete, the roof will go on. And then, you've heard me say this before, but we're not immune to any of the market pricing or shortages or supply issues. So we are planning to do kind of the inside of the building, hopefully within the next week or 2, but we are falling victim to some of the supply chain issues as well. The library. So the library is open in the expanded space. If you haven't gone in, I have to tell you, you need to do it because it's an incredible space. And although it's not being used the way it will be used once the Carnegie renovation is complete, it's still a really impressive space to see. So go check that out. But the library is also doing the summer photo contest. So this again is for anyone of any age with any camera, whether it's an iPhone or a very professional camera. They're doing a photo contest for summer. So they want you to take a picture of what summer to you is here in the community and submit that. I think they're running that to August 1st, and then they have a prize for whoever wins. It's just a really neat opportunity to get photos of the city and to engage in a bit of a different way. They're also doing 2 new events that caught my attention. One is called Journal Your Way to a Better Future, and it's on June 28th at 6:30. It's on Zoom. I think the audience for here is teens and adults. And you'll hear from an author that talks about the importance and the value of journaling. So registration's required. Contact the library or go to their Facebook page for that. And then Bookies in the Park is June 30th at 6. They will be discussing Dear Edward. This is a group that gathers in the park and discusses a book. So neat opportunities there. Segueing to recreation. So honestly, I'm almost exhausted already telling you about all the events happening in the community. So I hope if you're listening to this, you're thinking to yourself, when I hear someone say next time that there's nothing to do in this community, direct them to this video because the list is long. On our recreation front, we have new programming that we're offering. One is cardio kickboxing. You guys, I've taken cardio kickboxing with this instructor and it's intense and it's awesome. So if you're into cardio kickboxing, I would encourage you to register for this program. It's going to be worth the investment of your time. We're doing 5th to 8th grade basketball camp. It's fundamental basketball camp based. And the cool thing is it's outside at Riverside Park. So that's July 13th to August 17th. We are doing a drone photography class and kind of learning about drone airspace. That's for 15-year-olds and up. And the registration for that is by July 12th. Cart Park is out and about when the weather cooperates with us. And again, this is an effort we started last year to take the cart park and park service and recreation to areas of our community that are underserved by our park system. So Tuesdays, they're at Fountain Street. Wednesdays, they're at Clark Park. Thursdays, they're at Clemens Street. And this is from 1:30 to 2:30. We always post updates on our Facebook page, but I would encourage you guys to participate in that. Kayak 101 is July 12th to 26th. It's from 5 to 6 p.m. and they're doing 3 different ways to learn about kayaking. So they're doing a safety and an introduction at the Watertown Aquatic Center. And then they're doing river entry at Riverside Park. And then the next session, I think, is river entry at the Senior Center. So it's a really good opportunity to learn the basics and the safety necessities of kayaking. They are still doing the Summer Family Bingo, which I know has been a really popular item for people just to get out with their families. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt and a way to get around the community, see new parks, experience new events. There's a sheet for that available through their Facebook page. So lastly, just general community events that are upcoming. Lights and Sirens is July 6th from 6 to 8. I love Lights and Sirens, and I know a lot of our community members do too. So this is a really great opportunity to take your families and the youth in your life and just have a good, fun community event where you engage with our first responders and our equipment and our apparatus. We will also be doing a vaccine clinic there. So if you're just interested in getting a vaccine or asking more questions, that's a perfect opportunity for you. The 4th of July parade and fireworks is on, which is amazing. The parade is Sunday at 10 a.m. It starts downtown, and this year it's on the 4th Street route. So 4th to Levery to Riverside Park. And then the fireworks are Saturday at 9:30 with the rain date on Sunday. The municipal band concerts are coming back. So July 13th is the first one. Mark your calendar for that. And I'm super pumped to share that we're doing an outdoor movie. So July 28th, the YMCA, Watertown Regional Medical Center, Bank First, and the city are partnering up to bring food trucks, kids activities, and outdoor movie under the stars to the community. And we're going to be hosting that at the front lawn of the Watertown Regional Medical Center, which is a perfect space for this. So please mark your calendar for that. And then the ever popular craft beer walk is July 22nd. So holy mouthful of amazing opportunities and events here in the city, all coupled with news of great development and road improvement. So a nice update to be able to provide you this week. So as we go into the weekend, I know it's supposed to be wet and soggy, but I would be remiss to not tell you to still go to the 100th anniversary celebration for the Chamber of Commerce downtown. This is an incredibly planned community celebration. It starts at 10 a.m. It's on Main Street between 1st and 7th, so the road will be closed between 1st and 7th. And the best part about it is it's free. So there's a vendor fair from 10 to 5. Obviously, you have to pay the vendors to purchase their goods. There's a family activity tent from 10 to 4, and I'll be in there with my family helping work that family activity tent. There's horse-drawn carriages from 1 to 4. The Watertown Auto Club will come at 2. And then there's music all day. So the electro DJ will be there from 10 to 4 doing like hula hoop contests and limbo contests and kind of decade-specific music. And then Problem of Interest is from 4:30 to 6:30, and DS Jukin is from 7 to 10. So I know the weather may not be the best to get outside, but for the amount of effort and the amount of celebration and the amount of excitement that's gone into this event, I would encourage you to still throw on your poncho, grab an umbrella, and come and enjoy the downtown and all the effort that's gone into this celebration. So have a good weekend, everybody. Hopefully I see you at the Chamber of Commerce celebration. If not, have a good weekend, and we'll see you back next week.